Hey everybody, welcome to the Ancient Health Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Chris Motley. Today, I'm very, very honored and very happy that one of my dearest friends,
Yes.
Dani Williamson. Dani Williamson and I started on the Sunday night service, and Dani is a very well-known nurse practitioner in the Nashville, Franklin area, and she has a beautiful book. It's called Wild and Well, and she talks about her 6 common sense steps.
That's right.
She loves radical freedom, and it has steps about the thyroid, women's health, women's vitality, and she also has a really good Sunday night service. Like I was saying, she has a great Facebook page, and she's going into the whole nutrition realm too, and she has her own store. It's a beautiful storefront, and I really mean it. If you come to Franklin, she's got it all right there, and it's one of the stores now that when patients come, I've said, go to your store manager and I mean really and say, hey, if we needed a certain type of magnesium, I tell them to go. So with all to say, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been a long time coming, and we want to do more podcasts together, and I really mean that. And so first of all, I mean, we have so much we can talk about, so we don't have to get all crammed in like one day or anything like that. We can just sort of like say, let's go and tell about some of your avenues about women's health too, I think. But first of all, I want people to know about you. I want you to give us a backdrop about who you are and tell us what's going on.
The 60-second little. Well, I'm a family nurse practitioner who did a career change at 40 years old. Went to school. My whole first 20-something years were in fashion design, fashion merchandising. So then I went back to school at 40, got out at 44, became a nurse practitioner. But prior to that, I had 24 years of chronic lifestyle diseases, 4 colonoscopies before I was 40 years old, right? Chronic diarrhea and chronic itching, and diagnosed with lupus in my 30s and fibromyalgia in my 30s. I was depressed. I was in a bad marriage. You know, my grandfather had died by suicide. I had a tremendous amount of childhood trauma. And I was 44 years old, just gotten out of nurse practitioner school, 2 little kids, single mom, before a doctor, Dan Cow, leaned into me and said, Dani, what are you eating? Don't you know your diet controls your symptoms? 4 gastroenterologists did colonoscopies on me, never asked, what are you eating?
Wow.
Took my entire career, my career, yes, it changed the trajectory of the career, but my life changed my health, changed the whole trajectory of my health. And now it's changed thousands of patients' lives when I realized what's at the end of your fork can heal you or kill you. Yep. But what I learned was that I got much better healing the gut, right? You got to heal the gut. Yep. You got to eat real 1 ingredient food. You got to decrease stress. You got to sleep. You got to move. You got to poop, all the things. Until I addressed the childhood trauma, though, it did not take my healing to the next level. Wow. So the whole first part of the book is on you are not your past, because I am living proof that your body does keep score. But if you were born healthy, man, you do not have to live sick. And I reversed 24 years of chronic disease. I still have lupus, but I don't have any symptoms of lupus.
That is amazing. Like when you saw those steps in your life, and Dr. Cal, like he's telling you, like, watch what your food's doing. Like, it put you on a mission though, and you were like seeing things like, what to look out for.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the first time that I got my food sensitivity results back, November of 2010, I'll never forget it. I said, I'm not doing this. There were 29 foods on it, everything. Eggs were the highest. My body hates dairy. My body hates gluten. Can't stand cashews. And I threw it on the ground. It was the week before Thanksgiving. I said, I'm not doing this. He said, if you're going to work here, you're going to do this. Wow. He said, if you're asking your patients to walk the walk, then you're going to follow this, or you find a new job. I had $200,000 in student loans at that point, and I was like, well, hell, I guess I better learn this. And I'm telling you, it doesn't take long for your body to start to feel better. It wants to be healthy, right? It wants to be healthy. It doesn't take much. So, that's what I do, and I love it. And then I ended up with, really a focus on women's health and Hashimoto's.
That's
thyroiditis.
I want to talk one of the biggest things though, for all of you out there, if you've had Hashimoto's or thyroiditis, any type of thyroid conditions, Dani's an expert in it. And so, I mean, literally, I know she can't say names, but like, around Nashville, all the stars go to Dani. And so Dani knows everybody. But can you touch a bit on it? Because you're saying women's health. So you're seeing a decline. We have bad foods causing inflammation, causing to get energy drained. Your thyroid gets really, really injured, and then it affects your hormones. Can you touch a bit on that too?
Oh, absolutely. Well, inflammation. Well, inflammation is the root.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Although I just heard this week, inflammation is not the root. It's a symptom of whatever the root is. And I was like, oh no, it's the root of the root. So I got to figure that out. But I got to really break that down. But what I know right now is until we heal the inflammatory response, right, which would be caused from the food, or it could be viruses, right? It could be Lyme disease. It could be a million different things, heavy metals and all that. We're never going to bring down that inflammation, that inflammatory response in the body. And the thyroid mainly for me, and gluten and dairy are the top two triggers for Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Food-wise, yes. And so, and all that stems to, when you heal the inflammation, you begin to start feeling better.
Yes.
Instant. I mean, it's almost instant.
Totally instant.
My joint pain went away.
That's exactly, what were your symptoms like? Because people often are going to be like, you had so...
Oh, joint pain. Right here in that thumb pad. Oh my goodness. And do you know how common that is? Just grabbing somebody's thumb right there, and it hurts. Yeah. Oh, it hurts. Yeah. Well, for me, it was dairy. That was dairy. When I finally gave up that tiny little bit of half and half in my coffee, went away. Lord, it doesn't hurt at all. You can squeeze. Yeah. So, but joint pain, people say, oh, I don't have any gut issues, Dani. I don't have any gut issues. I don't need to do food sensitivity. You don't have any gut issues. Well, do you have joint pain? Do you have fatigue? Do you have anxiety? Do you have depression? Do you have insomnia? Right? Do you have ADD, ADHD? It doesn't have to be explosive diarrhea or constipation where you don't poop for 5 days, right? Doesn't have, or gurgling or gas. Food affects every system. Inflammation affects every system in your body.
And it's true, because I think when people come to you, like there's times when people would say like those low-level subclinical symptoms.
That's
and
right.
You're trained to say that's not normal. You should not, have fatigue and some hair that's breaking off, or
or foggy headedness. That's a huge one now.
Now for inflammation.
Oh, you bet.
It's like, because most people think they equivocate it to saying, I'm just getting older, and I get to an age and I'm like, I'm used to it. But you're right, like the root cause, like, you find inflammation's produced because there's a root cause underneath that, and that's what they're studying now.
That's exactly right, yeah. So we address that, we look at labs, and we start working on changing your lifestyle. This is a lifestyle, right? This is not a 6-week, oh, I'm going to change this and everything is great. It took me 44 years to get into the shape I was in. That was 14 years ago. I'm going to be 59 next month.
Great.
Can you believe that?
That's great.
But it took me 44 years. It's going to take longer than 4 weeks to reverse this. But literally within 10 days, you start feeling so much better when you control what's at the end of your fork. And then we, work on diet or sleep and things like that as well.
Truly, like I remember, we share patients, but one of the most beautiful things, I say it sincerely, is that there's times when patients would come in and they've had really bad anxiety, and I try to do my best in some ways, but then they'll come in and like, oh, my anxiety's not there anymore. And they've gone to Dani, and Dani would say like, well, I found severe iodine issues with you. Yeah. I found severe magnesium. They get it going, and they're like, dude, I got that, and it's not here anymore. And that's the beauty of like somebody who like just doesn't look like, you're looking at blood pressure, look at this, but you go further and say, okay, you have iodine deficiency, you may have thyroid issues, or vice versa. But that's what I love about like when in the book, I want to go over this. Like, what are the 6
steps?
6 steps. I want to go over this, all right?
Eat well, sleep well, move well, poop well, de-stress well, and commune well. Those are my 6 steps.
And we'll talk about it.
Yes, but eat well. So we talked about that. You got to eat one ingredient, healthy, in season food, not processed Franken food, right? And I look at, we're in Vegas right now, guaranteed there's a line around Chick-fil-A as we speak in every town. Oh, no, there's not. It's a Sunday. Oh, they're closed. But anyway, normally there's a line around every Chick-fil-A because that's about addiction. And that's 53 ingredients in one chicken sandwich. Yeah, so that's not real food. That's Franken food. So we're talking one ingredient, cut it up, fresh, fruits and vegetables, and in season. That's where we start.
Yes. And
eat well.
Eat well.
Sleep well.
Sleep.
If you don't eat well, you'll never sleep well. But if you don't sleep well, you also don't eat well because you're exhausted.
Wow. Yeah,
right?
That's right.
So I think eating and sleeping are hands down side by side. There should be no TV in your bedroom, no computer, no wireless router, no cell phones. Yep. Distance is your friend, right? When it comes to electromagnetic fields and radiation and stuff. Mm-hmm. So and if you snore,
Okay.
You need a sleep study.
Yeah.
If your partner snores and they refuse to get a sleep study, well, you need to be in the next room or another room. You just need to switch rooms because you can't heal if you're up all night long. Be, poking him, pushing him or her, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, what would I know? I sleep alone. But anyway, I'm not sleeping with, I can damn sure tell you this, going forward, if there is somebody else, if they snore, that's out.
Nope.
That is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to be in another room.
That's right.
Or they're going to another room. I'm not leaving my room. But your body heals when you sleep, right? And you detox, right? Between, what is it, 10 and 2?
Yeah.
12 and 2?
12 and 2, that's
yeah,
right.
12 and 2.
Yeah.
And that's when that brain downloads and that body downloads and detoxes. You have got to sleep. And if you sleep on an electric bed, that's a problem too.
Yep,
because
true.
it's a minefield, right?
Yeah.
That is nothing but electricity. So my friend Vicki Warren says, if you refuse to give up your sleep number, set it where it goes, unplug it.
And just leave it there.
And that's right. I mean, you still got some current going through there, but it's not plugged into the wall.
Gotcha.
Right? So
you
without...
unplug, leave it there, find your favorite position and that's what you do, right?
Always find your favorite position. And leave it there. So anyway, sleeping. So maybe you need some magnesium, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you need some ashwagandha. Maybe you don't need to drink at night. I'm going to tell you right now, alcohol, the older I get, the more I realize alcohol affects every system in your body. It does not help you sleep.
No.
If you wake up between 2 and 4 in the morning, oftentimes it's a blood sugar crash, right? And that if you're drinking wine, for sure, that blood sugar is going to go up, crash down, and you're going to be awake.
Yeah.
It does not help you sleep unless you pass out, like totally black out, right?
Yeah, totally. And you'll sleep, but you're going to feel like amazingly horrible.
Oh, it's terrible the next morning.
Feeling,
So I mean, so decrease the alcohol. Magnesium's one of my favorites. A good nighttime ritual, but you've got to sleep and you got to figure out what it is. Cats, dogs, children, all of that in the bed.
All of those things.
Absolutely not. Get them out. And and nothing comes between you and your partner.
That's right.
There's no dog between you two or no child between you two. It's if you're going to be in the bed together, it's the two of you.
Yeah, that's right.
Together.
Yeah, the energy together. You have
That's
to have
exactly correct.
That's right.
So you got to eat well, you got to sleep well, you got to move well. You won't eat well or sleep well if you don't move well. Exercise is key.
Exercise, like how much exercise?
Oh, I don't know. I tell people do what they're like. What? I don't care what you do. I don't care if you hula hoop.
Yeah.
I don't care if you ballroom dance. I brought a professional hula hooper in to my office 2 years ago,
You
and
did?
we did. Oh gosh, and you missed it. You would have been a great hula hooper. It is a heck of a workout, let me tell you.
I couldn't imagine.
We had 30 women come to this free. Well, no, they paid for it. They paid her, but hula hoop class. 30 women. You should have seen us hula hooping out there. So I don't care. Ballroom dancing, hula hooping, rollerblading, Pilates, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just something that's going to get your body moving.
Yeah.
But as you become an old woman like me,
Stop.
you got to build muscle, right? So now I've started with a trainer and I'm weight training. You've seen it.
I need to get his name because
he's so good.
He's like right around the corner.
He's right around. I walk over there. I've got to make it easy. Otherwise, I'm not going.
That's what I'm
So
thinking,
you got to
too.
make it simple, and if you can't go to the gym or you can't get a trainer, well, you know what? You can lift iron skillets. You can lift, big laundry jugs of laundry detergent. I mean, you can do push-ups on your cabinet. You've got to work in the movement.
Yeah.
Jack LaLanne, who was my favorite exercise guy, and he's long dead now, Jack LaLanne, that shows my age, he hated to exercise, hated it. That was a little secret about him. He had the longest running health show in the history still in the United States. But he said, I exercise in the morning. I will not eat until I exercise.
Really?
And he liked to eat. So he had to exercise in the morning. So that was his rule with his wife.
Such discipline.
Yes, and it takes discipline and it takes consistency.
Consistency and discipline are what you have to start to practice. Yes.
But that's the same with eating, sleeping, and moving.
That's
you
right.
have to be consistent. And all three of those go together.
Yes.
And then the poop well step, well, you're not going to poop well if you're not eating, moving, sleeping.
No,
right?
That's right. You're not going to poop at all because
No, not
there's
at
no movement
all.
there. Yeah.
And I have patients whose doctors they go, I poop once a week.
Good heavens.
You poop once a week?
Wow.
You have a bowel movement once a week. You need a new doctor if they told you.
That's true.
Right? So dehydration, number one reason, I think, for constipation.
Mm-hmm.
So some people, all they need to do is just up their water intake, right? Half your body weight.
Half your body weight. And
there you go.
I know you've told me this, and we've said, like, I've had some patients, like even with acupuncture, and they'll talk to you, and they'll go, knowing how much water they drink, they'd say, "Oh, I drink maybe a cup a day," and you're like, "You can't go off a cup a day, right? I mean, there's no way. You won't have any bowel movements."
You will not have any bowel movements. You'll be irritable. You'll be fatigued.
Yeah.
And now, I've never been a fan of electrolytes. I mean, I personally have never been a fan. I know the benefits of electrolytes. Well, now I've started putting electrolytes in my water. What?
You love
it. I love it.
Yeah.
And the energy I get, and the clear-headed, it's really interesting in the afternoon. So bowel movements are key. Mm-hmm. Magnesium, most people have a magnesium deficiency, right? It's like something like 75-80% of the population. Maybe you need a little magnesium, maybe you need to move, maybe you need to eat better, but you've definitely got to poop better. And if you don't have a squatty potty, where you put your feet up, I mean, not like this. I mean, you could do this on your toilet, but you'd fall. I mean, I'd fall off. I'm so coordinated. Yeah. So we could get your feet up here, but you got to get a squatty potty.
Yep.
Right?
You got to do it, like, definitely. I have squatty potties in my, definitely. What does it do? How's it, I mean, like.
Well, it helps flex that rectum out there and that colon. So, I mean, it just poop right out. I mean, I don't know. The squatty potty people, I have nothing to do with squatty potty. I should have stock in squatty potty.
Yeah.
I have sold so many squatty potties.
Yes.
I have them in the office, but they just lift your feet up. We're not designed to sit, and have a bowel movement. We are designed to squat and have a bowel movement. And it helps you eliminate.
That's why, like, in some countries, like, I mean, literally, my mom's from Korea. And you go to Korea and you go into the wooded areas. I mean, I'm not saying it's just wooded areas, but even in the city, they have it where you just squat right there.
In the woods.
There's no toilet right there.
Well, I've been in Indonesia twice, and they have where you just squat down and go, and which is right up my alley. I love it. So you can't have a baby laying down. You can't poop sitting without squatting. I mean, without lifting your feet up. I mean, and when you're in a hotel like this, get the trash can in front of you, and it acts like a squatty potty.
That's it, because when I've had two patients, just comes to mind, when they said that they were constipated, and they saw that, and just doing that, helped their body, recently. He actually said it helped me relax. Like, it actually felt like I just calmed down.
Absolutely, and it takes a lot less too. I mean, who wants to spend 30 minutes on the tolet? I don't know, just go poop and get out of there.
Exactly.
I mean, no hanging around there.
Yeah.
So you got to poop, and there are multiple reasons why people don't poop. I mean, they could be dehydrated. They could be not have enough magnesium. Stress. And a lot of childhood trauma, right? I think women lock it down right here.
Right there.
And so some women.
Right in the lower.
You bet. Well, what I see with trauma is the thyroid gets destroyed, because this is your voice, right? This is your fifth chakra.
Yeah.
And this is your voice. And when you have lost your voice, or you feel like you don't have a voice, oftentimes autoimmune disease takes place here. And then for me, it was here. I never shut up in my childhood trauma. I just blah, blah, blah. I never shut up. But it affected me here. Not constipation, but I had irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea, constant. So trauma could be affecting that as well, and I think we have to address that. And then you have to de-stress well. Stress will destroy all the other four, right? Eating, sleeping, moving, pooping. If you are so stressed that you can't see straight, then you will never do any of the rest of those. And stress will kill us. We know that we're the most stressed society that we've ever been in.
We are.
And as women, maybe we're not the head of the house. I am the head of the house because I'm a single mom. I am the head honcho. There's nobody higher than me in my house. But oftentimes we're not the head of the household, right? I mean, maybe partners, but we set the tone for the entire home. Women do.
Yeah.
And women oftentimes are so overcommitted, we have no margin in our life. No margin. One thing goes wrong, one kid goes a little crazy one morning, or, we're late for work and our entire day is off because we have no margin. We walk in that home at night and that mom or that woman sets the tone for that entire home, whatever kind of mood she's in.
Yes,
sets the entire tone. And we've got to learn to automate, eliminate, and delegate. Michael Hyatt taught me this years ago.
That's great.
AED your life. Boom, bring it back to life.
Yep.
Automate everything you can. Eliminate everything you can. Delegate everything you can.
Yep.
If I didn't want to do this today, now I'm better at this than you are. Setting boundaries. Am I right?
This is me talking to you about it.
Well,
yeah, she's right. She's right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm also a lot older than you.
Yeah.
And so had I not wanted to do this, I just said, dude, I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it. I don't have time. Or no.
Yeah.
No is a complete sentence.
Yep.
And as women, we don't say that very often, right? And we feel like we have to be the room mother and we have to be whatever at work. We have to take on every project. No, you don't. No, you don't. I am much better now that I have boundaries. In my life. Eleanor Brown said, you cannot pour from an empty vessel, right? You've got to fill your vessel up, and it is the overflow that everyone benefits from, right? They get the overflow. You get the full vessel because you're worthy to have a full vessel.
That is good.
You put that oxygen mask on first, lady. And gentlemen.
That's
I mean, men are stressed as well, but women as a rule, and then we get angry about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we take it out on other people. Nothing gets on your calendar unless you put it there.
Wow. That's a great rule.
So de-stress well is a big deal for me, and there's a huge chapter in the book on de-stressing well. And then you have to commune well, because community is key. This is community, eyeball to eyeball.
Yep.
Not on your phone.
Nope.
Not on your Facebook, not on your Instagram, not on your YouTube. This is community. When you get people to say, yes, let's get together.
That's it.
And let's break bread. Gluten-free bread, of course. But, let's have coffee together. Let's laugh. Your cortisol levels go down, right?
Yeah.
Your immune system goes up
Yeah.
when you're with your people.
That's exactly
And
right.
you know that. I'm a very social person. There was no community in my home. It was all trauma. I was an only child. It was nothing but chaos. So I am very intentional about building communities and building relationships. So those are my 6 steps. Eat well, sleep well, move well, poop well, de-stress well, and commune well.
I mean, seriously.
It's common sense.
It is, but I say, honestly, when you say commonsensical, but I know many people out there right now are going, I do one of those.
That's fine. Got to start somewhere.
Then the sense is like, it is like we got to get it back up to the surface. Like it is common sense. Like we're born to be around other people, and we're born to like drink a lot of water. And when you see the common sense steps, like when you talk about like putting electrolytes in your water, there's a point to this. All those common sense steps. Like literally adding like magnesium or something like that you would naturally need, like common sense steps, you would see profound changes in your digestion.
Little baby changes.
Little changes
amazing.
Make the biggest things. And that's what, like, with your book and with what you're doing at the clinic, most people would say, like, you mean I have to, like, even my clinic, they'll say, you mean I have to use this or this in my water or use this? I'm like, we're in a society where it's sick and we don't have enough of these things. And these are some of the things we need, like in our body, like magnesium or minerals or vitamins, to keep us going in those commonsensical directions sometimes. But with that involved, with what you got there, also these physical things like moving well and just being like doing these things all together work so well together.
You
and
bet.
That's what you said.
And nobody has all those balls in the air at the same time, right? I mean, 6 balls going all at the same time that are just beautifully equal. No, right? Sometimes we're going to eat better than we move, right? Or we're going to be, but you can't out-exercise and you cannot out-supplement a bad inflammatory diet. You can't do it.
That's amazing. That's an amazing point. You made it like you have to have a balance. That is amazing. You're right. You can't out-exercise, because some people do that. They're like, I ate a whole bunch of this and I'm going to go, I'll do this much exercise to counterfeit it. Or like some people say, I ate so many cookies, but I'll just drink a lot of water. I'm like, you can drink a lot of water, but you still get a lot of sugar in your system. So you're right. Like you have to use the common sense. Like this is like the conversation I want. This is so good. Okay.
Well, it is common sense. And so, And we don't have a lot of that left, I don't think, in the world anymore.
Not anymore.
And especially the older you get, right, you start thinking, holy cow, it's possible I have more years behind me than I do in front of me. But maybe, I don't know, it could be 120. 119.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
But I want to be healthy. If I'm going to live that long, I want to be healthy. I want to be, on my A game. But I am living proof that you're not born broken.
Yep.
If you were born healthy, you do not have to live sick. And man, it is common sense. It is common sense.
It is common sense. And it's like, I've always wanted to get, when I get older, I've always, like you just said, I just always wanted to be mobile. And always wanted my mind.
That's what it's about, right? You want to be able to stand up.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom just died, 78 years old, full-blown Alzheimer's, in a Depends, in a diaper, right? Could not stand up out of her chair, could not walk, could not put two sentences together. 78. 72 is when we really saw things I saw things were really going down south. 72? What?
Yeah.
That means that probably started in her 40s, 50s. She smoked like a fiend since she was 12 years old. Smoked 2 cigarettes a time the whole time she's pregnant with me, right? Oh, yeah, smoke. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a miracle. I have half a brain left. Smoked, drank like a fish, Splenda, Splenda, artificial. We could talk days about artificial,
We'll do it on
didn't
another
exercise, drank a lot of alcohol, and she's dead. Okay, that's terrible.
Yes.
That's horrible.
Oh, man.
She was born healthy. Chris, I did her genetics on her.
Yeah.
She had 0 genes for Alzheimer's disease. No APOE4.
What?
Nothing. 100% lifestyle. My mother killed her. She didn't kill herself, but she did it to herself.
Oh my word. That is
no genes for Alzheimer's. And I checked hers and mine at the same time.
Profound.
And I don't have any either. So if I get Alzheimer's, it will be a lifestyle thing. It won't be a genetic.
That's amazing because you and I, we are similar because you give me advice like with my mom and stuff, and it's like, like the gene, I've done some gene testing, and it's like she's not supposed to have that. It's just like, why? It's like there's more things we can talk about, like so many things like the inflammatory process, the sugars.
You bet.
My mom smoked for a very long time. Not blaming mom. We're not blaming our parents.
We're not blaming our parents.
They just lived a life that was very stressful, and they had to get.
Yes.
They didn't. My mom, like, they had a life of, like, my mom, of abandonment and desertion, and it's like they needed that dopamine hit. So you have that, like you said, you de-stress, and like when you see it, and you go, there is a way out. There is a way that you can actually live healthy. I've seen people, and I know you have too. You said 44, right?
Yeah.
And you and I have seen patients. I've seen patients that are healthier at 58, 60 than they ever were in their 20s.
Dude, I am.
Yeah,
I feel better at 59 next month than I ever felt at 29 or 39.
That's awesome.
I'm never going back there.
No.
There is no amount of gluten to make me go back there, but I've built up enough resilience in my body,
you can do a little.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Like I think I got glutened a little bit last night, but you know what? I feel fine.
You can.
So, and that's what it's about. It's about resilience. It's not about all the time, just deny me this pleasure is what I'm saying. Not I'm in denial. It's not about that. It's about building up enough resilience so that when you do get glutened or you do get dairy or you don't sleep for a night or whatever, that you have enough resilience to bounce back.
That's right.
That's what it's about.
That's right.
But man, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work initially, and you have to take the emotion out of this. This is what I've finally figured out as an older woman, getting older. I'm not old, but woman is take the emotion out of this. We're so emotional about food. We're so emotional about food. Everything we do revolves around food. When you take the emotion out of it and you look at all the hundreds of other foods that God made for us or whomever you believe in, designed, all the foods that were made for us to eat out there, we only eat about 12 to 15 foods, the research shows.
Really?
Right? There are hundreds of foods. How often do you eat a rutabaga or a parsnip or a daikon radish or a bok choy?
Yeah.
I love bok choy. He taught me a lot about bok choy. Yeah, what'd you just say? I'm half
Korean.
Oh, half Korean. Oh, yeah. I mean, these are, when you take the emotion out of it and you eat to live, you don't live to eat.
That's good.
Man.
That's good.
But I eat amazing food.
Yeah.
but I've taken the emotion out of it. I don't look at what I can't have. I really look at all the things that I can have and try to open my horizons up. I'm a little redneck kid from Gilbertsville, Kentucky. I eat the same thing over and over. There's Pringles over there on that thing right there. I grew up eating Pringles, which there's no potatoes in that, by the way, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think there's, yeah.
Yeah, it's the snacks, and I'm like, no, to leave it at
It's not even potato chips. They've taken the word potato off of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't touch it. They'll charge you $40 for it. But anyway, when you take the emotion out of it, man, it's incredible. It's amazing what happens. Just let your body heal.
Yeah,
just let your body heal.
Okay, we know we're like a little cramped on time, but I'm just saying we are. I get it. For you, I'm just like, as me, but that is a mic drop for you. Take the emotions out of food. And we can go more and more, because I can go, like, we have these stories, because people they do really get emotionally, like, no, I can't stop my dairy, or I can't stop this. It's like, my life is like, literally, I can't stop putting creamer in my coffee. Now, I understand that's your ritual, but like you just said, look at the stuff you can do. And I think that is so eye-opening in your health field. So, okay, we're going to do more parts, Dani and I, because you see we have this camaraderie here.
We do
Facebook
each other.
classes. We do Sunday night services. And really, like, I love it, because literally I can have you just take a subject and you just can roll with it. And I love it so much. So
I'm common sense. You're the brain.
Oh, stop it.
You're like the whiz bang who can process every pathophysiology mechanism of action process. And I'm like, oh, yeah, just don't do it.
Oh.
Just don't do it. I love you, dude.
Love you. And then I remember, hey, we're going to do Sunday night service, Facebook at times. We'll do some more of these with her. We'll talk about sexual health. We'll talk about some other stuff in the next few videos.
Let's do it.
But guys, remember, tell everybody where you're at. Tell them your Facebook, your Instagram.
Dani Williamson Wellness, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. DaniWilliamson.com. And the book is everywhere. It just went #1 again on Amazon in 3 categories after I did the Dumb Blonde podcast. So maybe after I do this podcast, it'll go #1 again as well, right? So amazing. Wild and Well, Dani's 6 Common Sense Steps to Radical Healing. It is a good book. It's common sense.
Oh, it's great.
It's on Audible, too, if you don't like to read.
It's great.
I read it. So
it is. I am so thankful.
And if you're ever in Nashville or Franklin area, come see us.
Wild and Well. Go see the clinic. I'm not too far.
Go see the store.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The store's open 6 days a week.
It's awesome. Guys, we're so thankful for Dani coming with us today. Take all these steps. Read her book and follow her. And I'm telling you, if you do the simple common sense steps, you'll make profound changes in your health that you never thought you would. Anyway, from all of us here at Health Podcast, I'm Dr. Motley. Thanks so much. Have a great day.